As things stand, there are about 125 billion galaxies in the universe. And the one place which we call home, the solar system, is a teeny tiny part of the Milky Way. Actually, the Milky Way is those tiny bands of light you see at night when you use your telescope. Okay, so within our solar system, there is one star, that is the sun, plus 8 planets and the 12 planets that orbit around the sun. Now, there are some satellites, we call them natural satellites, that orbits the planets. The planets orbit around the sun, and the natural satellites, which you call the moon, orbit around the planets. Okay, so we say that the sun is heliocentric. That's the arrangement of the sun and the other planets. The sun as the center and the other planets revolving around it. Here we have the Milky Way. The Milky Way is a disk about 120,000 light years across, with a central bulge that has a diameter of 12,000 light years. I'm sure some of you might be wondering, light years, what does it mean? Now, because the distance between the planetary bodies quite large compared to the kind of distance we use here on the earth. So we use what we call the light years. What does that mean? Light year means that how long will it take light to travel? So here you have 120,000 light years. So if you are to stretch the Milky Way from the beginning to the end, it will take light. And light has the speed of 3 times 10 raised to the power of 8 meters per second. So that's way faster than anything you can think of. So it will take light about 120,000 years to travel across the Milky Way. Actually, long ago, the center of the solar system was thought to be the Earth. Okay, where you have the sun and the planets and the natural satellites orbiting around the Earth. Alas, we found out that idea, that belief system, is not true. Okay, so the Earth is not at the center. What you have at the center is the biggest star in the solar system. That's the sun. Okay, and plus the fact that in the solar system, the largest object we have there is the sun. And funny enough, the huge force of gravity, that's the gravitational field of the sun, keeps every other object in the solar system orbiting around it. Okay, so here you have the planets orbiting the sun. You have 8 of them: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. So Saturn is the one that has this band of rings. Each of these planets, they have different properties. Okay, as the way I mentioned them, Mercury is the planet closest to the sun. Then you have Venus, you have our own Earth. So as these planets, as the distance between these planets from the sun increases, so does their properties increase or differ. Yeah, that's a better word. Okay, so as the distance increases, the temperature decreases. Okay, for example, Mercury is 430 degrees Celsius, whereas Neptune is minus 200 degrees Celsius. Okay, so you have Mercury, that's the closest to the sun, way hot. That's about the melting point of sulfur. Okay, then you have Neptune. Yeah, you have Neptune, which is the one farthest away from the sun. That's about minus 200 degrees Celsius. As the distance of the planets to the sun also increases, so does their time of orbit increases. Let's take a look at the first and the last, like the last example I gave. Mercury orbits the sun every 88 days, Earth days. That's it will take 88 days for Mercury to orbit the sun, and it will take Neptune about 165 years to orbit the sun. See the difference? So that's how the distance plays a huge role